Blighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury Promotions, joined for a catch-up by young Levi Frankham. How are you, Levi?
Not too bad, how are you?
Good. Now, it's been a while since we've spoken. Now, I think we're probably talking the early part of 2020 when we first had a chat, and you were all waiting for the opportunity to turn over, get your professional licence, etc., etc. Obviously you were preparing with Wayne in Southampton, learning your trade. Then coronavirus hit, lockdowns hit. It must have been an incredibly frustrating period for you when you're waiting to kickstart your career, to launch it, and then just, I know it's difficult for everyone, but you've got a particular reason to be annoyed.
It was aggravating, but what can you do? There's lots of people worse off in there. Some people can't go nowhere, some people's been really bad with the corona, some people, so can't complain. I still get to do my training and...
You were waiting to launch your career, weren't you? A whole new world for you, it's sort of, and you were working so hard towards it, and it was getting so much closer, and then sort of the board shut the offices.
Again.
The board shut the offices, so you couldn't have your meeting, you couldn't get your licence. So essentially, 2020 was a complete write-off for you.
Cut me off completely, didn't it? Train went off the rails, but it gave me more time with Wayne back to train and make myself better, get myself ready to fight as a pro. Luckily now I've got my licence sorted. I had a meeting with Frank. Hopefully it's all going good. So 2021 looks a lot better than 2020 did.
Mentally, how much, did you get down about it? I know you're sounding positive now, but when you were actually going through it, did it sort of affect you, or did you lose motivation at any point?
Well, from being little, all I wanted to be was a pro. I love boxing amateurs, but all I wanted to be was professional boxer. So I've never been deterred off it, but I don't know, I guess it gets anyone down a bit in the thing, but like I said, a lot of people loads worse off than me, so you've got to think about that, haven't you?
How old are you now?
20.
20, so it's certainly time on your side, isn't it? So
I've got long enough to get ready, you know.
So you're saying that on your last fight was 2019, was it?
I think it was 2019 in either February I think it was.
And that was your first fight as a senior amateur, and your last?
First and last. I had my first fight. I was in America for a couple of weeks over Christmas. Comes back from America, they said, right, we can get you a fight. Got to lose so much weight, by next weekend you can fight. No problem, I'll do it. They said, obviously it's your first senior fight, no head guards, no nothing, so no problem. Jumps in, fights a fella who was 6'5", towering over me. I beat him, but I think it was the end of the first round, I broke my left hand. So it's one of them things. So then I packed up for a while, had a few months off, done my own thing, and then come back here. My cousin Josh Frankham started coming up here to Wayne, said how good he was, said how much he's taught him and how good he was doing. So he said, come up there with me, one of the days when you want. So I come up here with him. Ever since then I've been away. Glad to be here.
It wasn't the broken hand that put you off the amateurs, it was just the appeal of working with a professional coach.
It was just...
Because you could break a hand in a pro fight, can't you?
In amateurs, I'd done most things that you can do in amateurs. So it was, I won 5 national titles, I'd done everything that I wanted to do in the amateurs. So from there, all I wanted to do was go pro. And my dad's always told me, it's not the boy you start off as, it's the man you finish as. So amateurs was always just get me ready to go pro. That was it.
Now then, you alluded to it before, but I understand you had a Zoom get-together with Frank.
Yeah.
What was said?
What was said? It was said that he obviously knew my amateur background. Asked him what he wanted to know, what he didn't want to know. He said, if I didn't already know, I wouldn't be on the phone to you now. So, sorted the deal out. Hopefully soon, be fighting. Just waiting on a date at the minute, but I can't wait.
Yeah. So it must be a hell of a boost to know that you're starting your professional career with a major television promoter.
He's one of the best ever, isn't he? Well, he is one of the biggest ones in England, isn't he? So what?
The world, yeah.
In the world. What more can I want than that? I've got the best chance in the world to be whatever it is I want to be, you know?
Yeah, it's down to you, isn't it?
Exactly, it's all on me.
For people who obviously, no one would have seen you fight professionally, but what is your, if you had to identify what style of fighter you are, what would you say?
A boxer, puncher, but come forward.
You're not boring then?
Definitely not. You'll find out soon enough.
So I mean, you'll be an entertaining,
Definitely.
TV-friendly fighter.
Hopefully. Soon see anyways. But just got to wait.
Another little revelation I've just discovered in there. I always thought you were a middleweight.
No.
Now I understand, but you're going to be a very,
Super
very
welterweight.
big super welterweight. Is that hurting getting down there?
Not at all. I won most of my amateur titles at 69 kilo. Then in my gym, my cousin Josh and me, we've always boxed, all us Frankhams, all been in the same gym for being little at the ring. Anyways, he was going in one weight division and I was obviously both in 69. But they put in the ABAs, the youth, they made a new competition. It was youth ABAs, so it was the older years and the younger years put together. So I had to, it's all right, one of these has to go up in weight, one has to go lower. I said, I'll go up because I'm taller and you stay at 69. So I went up to 75 and for the last couple of years I boxed at that. So I was boxing a stone over my weight. I was having to eat probably 5 or 6 times a day just to keep the weight up. And I was getting in the ring about 73, 74 and fighting big giants. Like I said, the fellow who was 6'5", but
Yeah.
I had no right being in there. But it was, I just started fighting, so I can't help it.
So you're going to be quite happy, 154 pounder.
Easy.
Easy, yeah?
Easy enough. Obviously it's always hard to do anyway, but
And you save
I'll do
middleweight
it.
for a later date.
Hopefully I'll go into it more.
You don't grow that much more, is it? Levi, we look forward to seeing you in the ring. It's great news, all the developments that have happened now rather than last year.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get you moving this year and see you a couple of times, and certainly looking forward to it.
Hopefully we've got a good 2021.
Yeah, take care, mate. Thank you.